Yeah.
Yes, so had a nice evening so far?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, very nice. All set for some extra English concerning interviews?
Yeah. Sure. I am.
Okay, very good, super. First, I'm going to check on one small thing from yesterday. So, do I go abroad or do I go to abroad?
Do I go to abroad?
So, go abroad versus go to abroad, which would be the correct option?
Do I go to abroad?
Go abroad. No to.
Okay.
Okay, so there's some places, you don't add to. All right, home is another thing. You'll say, I go home, not go to home. All
Okay.
right, so yeah, so just a little point. Keep in mind, go abroad. All right.
Abroad.
Okay, so as I described yesterday, I gave you a little, understanding of what we'll be doing. We're basically touching upon important things concerning interviews and maybe even questions. Not maybe, definitely even questions during an interview. What are the things to be prepared for? And a little guidelines concerning that, how we can work with that, right? So, tell me, Akshay, you must have already given quite a few, right? So, are there some things that you do before an interview?
No, there's nothing I can like. I listen to music and keep my mind myself calm and
Okay,
before the
yes.
interview.
So, I think, yeah, that is an integral part to, like, so that you don't get nervous, you don't get completely, really, really stressed out because you have an interview to give. So, to keep yourself calm, you say, I calm myself down with a little music. Any kind of other work in connection to the interview? Do you do anything before it?
Like I used to watch a lot of interview videos like on YouTube before going for an interview and all. I prepared myself a little bit like.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's also very handy because like we'll be seeing a little further in the class, there are some very set questions that are normally asked. And if you hear how other people are responding, you get some ideas and you can use those ideas. Very good. All right. So I'm also going to walk you through, a couple of things that you can keep in mind before the interview, during the interview, and after the interview, right? Rightly pointed out by you that yes, stress shouldn't hinder you in answering correctly. So it's very important to stay calm, right? But apart from that, okay, so let's say that you've gone to a job site, a website, all right, and you found a job that you like. So this looks good, all right. So do you do anything in connection to that about the company or something like that?
Yeah, I searched on to Google on Google like what kind of company it is, like what kind of company it is, and what kind of facilities they are providing to the employer, and the background of the company, like is the company is good or like bad. Yeah, and the first of all, like the reviews of the company.
Yes, very good. Excellent. Yes. So, this is, I think, one of the most vital things that you do and you must do before an interview, which is research, right? So, definitely research the company, find out everything that you need to about the company, because chances are also that even at the interview, they will ask you, what do you know about us?
Yeah.
Right? And you should have enough of information to tell them that, yes, I did take the time to find out, right? So definitely research about the company. Anything to do with the job? Do you also do some research connected to the job?
Yeah, I also like search, do little bit of research, like the job profile for the job profile I'm applying, like what kind of interview question they are going to ask me, like the previous, like there are many kind of like people who already drop reviews on Google, like about the interview question and the answer, how to tackle them. So
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. So very good again over there, job profile, because um, find out all details about it because it should be that you are a perfect fit. If you feel that there are some places lacking, at least you should be aware that okay, I they want this, but maybe I don't have enough of this, so yeah, look up the job profile also. Like you said, watch a couple of videos. I think practice the common answers, things like that, just to make sure that you can word your thoughts correctly, you can express yourself well. Practice is never lost. Any effort put in practice, wherever, I think, in life, would you agree?
Yes, ma'am. I agree with
Yeah.
it.
Okay. So wherever in life, if you see, the practice always helps, right? So the same applies even in an interview. Okay. Anything about your resume? Would you work on anything connected to your resume, your CV?
Yeah. Like not recently, but like about like around like a year ago, like a couple of months ago, like I work on my resume. Like I made a couple of changes and all.
Yeah. So before you send it, I suppose before we go for the interview, even before we apply for the job, a check on that would be good to ensure that it's all current. It's, nothing is outdated, nothing needs to be updated. All right. So to keep track of that would be very nice. How about something you really like, which is clothes? Akshay.
Yeah. Yeah. It should be like we have to wear formal and formal wear outwear for an interview.
Yeah, so I think a day before, or maybe a couple of days before, you will probably choose that, this goes well with this, keep it
Yeah.
right, keep it ready, everything is neat and tidy, all right? So because that's appearance, right? And that matters. All right. And anything to do just before you step into the interview about your phone?
I put my phone on silent.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so that's, yeah, very important to keep in mind, because I think it just looks rude, if you're in an interview, in the middle of an interview, and your phone starts ringing. And I suppose it's even worse if you have a terrible ringtone. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So best is avoid any embarrassment by just switching off your phone, right? So just
Phone.
keep it
Yeah.
on silent mode during that time. Make sure that it doesn't disturb anybody or doesn't give any bad signals, right?
Mm.
Good. I think we've covered the main things. So I've bracketed them into three things: before, during, and after, right? So
Yeah.
before, to recap, research about the company,
Research
right?
about the company.
Yes. During the interviews, are there any things that you remind yourself, Akshay, keep track of this? Akshay, keep track of this. Do you remind yourself about anything during the interview?
Mm, like I have to give the specific answer and the genuine answer, like why the interview is going to ask me.
Okay, very good. I think that is by far one of the most important, that your answer should be specific as in very relevant. If they're asking about your work experience, you can't start talking about the political situation in India. It has to be very relevant, right? So answers have to be to the point, answers have to be relevant, and you remind yourself that yes, make sure you understand. Now, to understand, I think a good reminder during the interview is to listen carefully. you know because often, because we are so excited or we are so nervous, we don't perhaps listen carefully, and that's why we don't understand the question. If you don't understand the question, then you are in the danger of giving a wrong answer.
Yeah.
Correct. So listen carefully would be one of the tips over there. Anything about when we enter? Should we be greeting them or?
Yeah.
Uh,
You have to read them.
yeah. Okay. So definitely greet them. I think smile gently. All right.
Yeah.
It's always nice. A friendly face is a delight to speak to. So there's no need to look overly angry or grim or serious or whatever. All right. Yes. So yeah, smile gently, greet politely. All right. Concerning your how you carry yourself, good posture. Okay. Why good posture? Why can't I just be?
No, we cannot be like this, or we have to be like present ourselves, like to be like we don't have to like put on a bad impression about us, like in front of the interviewer and all.
Very good. So tell me what impression you get with this, and what impression you get with this.
With this, like we feel like more confident, and
Yes.
if you want to like this, like they're gonna think like he's like this only, like is not confident, and also
Yeah, so a good posture. Posture is usually connected with how you carry yourself. Your head is straight, your back is straight, shoulders are back, all right? So that gives a feeling of a confident person. The moment you have bad posture, it straight away gives a feeling that this person is underconfident. This person's self image is not good enough. Okay, so
exactly.
definitely good posture would be something to focus on. Now, if when the interviewer is asking me questions, do I look into the eyes or do I?
Now we have to look into the eyes.
Yes. Okay. So that's called eye contact.
Contact.
Okay. When you're having a face to face interview, it's always recommended to have eye contact. Why, Akshay? Why? Suppose I'm feeling scared or shy and I prefer looking down.
So if you are not going to make an eye contact with the interviewer, so he's going to think like we are not interesting, and we are not confident also, like to giving an answer and all.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, I think eye contact reflects confidence. It also, in many circumstances, even if you observe from your own life, whatever experiences, you'll notice that it also gives the feeling of honesty.
Honesty.
When you make eye contact with a person and you talk to the person, there's a feeling of confidence and honesty. You'll notice that most people, or even if you want to look at kids, small kids, when they lie, they can't look you properly in the eye.
Yeah, yeah.
They can't
They
look
look
at you
there and
directly. Yeah, they're like, oh, yeah, no, I did not eat the chocolate. Okay, so they can't look you in the eye. So that's why when you make eye contact, it gives a feeling of honesty. So another important point: make eye contact, hold yourself smartly, correctly, confidently, have good posture. All right. Listen carefully is what I said. Okay, how should our speech be? Should it be like if I want to give them the feeling that I can talk English very nicely? So, any tips that I should keep in mind about what kind of speech should I use?
we have to use low kind of switch, but he needs to be like understand like what we are trying to say.
Yeah. Okay. So I totally agree with you. I think what you're trying to express is that don't go for very big flowery words. You know,
Okay.
because in all probability, maybe you will forget the meaning and use them incorrectly. All right. What I would recommend is simple English, correct English, and English spoken at a rate that is comfortable. The idea that if you speak very fast, it gives a feeling that, oh, this person is very fluent is an incorrect one, right? The idea is to communicate, to be able to tell them clearly whatever answers you need to express them clearly. So, definitely clear speech and speech in correct English, right? So, that's an important point to keep in mind. First question being, tell us about yourself. So don't go into the details over there. You just answer it the way you would, and then I will guide you with the points that I'll put over there for you. All right. So
Sure.
how would you answer? Tell us about yourself.
My name is Akshay Shampote, a 26-year-old. I'm born and brought up in Pune. I completed my HSC from KVNDA. I'm in last year specialization in economics at MIT College. I have 2 years of experience in National Defense Academy as a contractor government clerk, and after that the NDA, I joined a company named One Card. There I was for around 1 year as a debt collector. Debt collector, and my hobbies are to like to play football, watching NBA matches, playing cricket, and going for cycling and listening songs. And my other qualifications are I've done MSCIT, I've done 30 word per minute typing, and I have a DRA certificate, which is a debt recovery agent, which is issued by RBI.
Okay. All right. So, excellent. I think, yes, you basically touched upon everything over there. You've introduced yourself, your name, you've spoken about your educational qualifications, you've touched upon a little bit of work experience, and you also touched upon a little bit about your hobbies. All right. So, now, and the point over here being, I think you have more or less followed this. They have said that talk about things that are your strengths. Okay, because this is going to finally lead to other questions.
Yes.
right? So when you say, when you're sharing something about, like you said about, this little bit of work experience and all that, these are all things that are your strengths, and that will build the platform for further discussion, right? Because this is an opening question usually. So that will help. Few points, Akshay, for you to keep in mind
Sure.
about slight grammar errors, slight pronunciation errors. All right. First, you will say, you said 24 years old. Years. Okay. Not
Okay.
year old. All right. So put an S for that. And you say, I am 20. Do you say 24, or am I increasing or decreasing your age?
26. You are decreasing my
Sorry.
age. I don't like.
Yes. So you'll say, I am 26 years
Yeah.
old. All
Oh,
right. Put an S with that. All right.
yeah.
Also, do you remember our first class? Is it DEBT? How
Jet.
do I pronounce it?
Jet. Jet.
Det. Det.
Jet.
No B.
Yeah. Jet
Yeah, the
recovery.
B is silent. All right. So
Yeah.
you will say, I worked as a debt recovery agent. All
Jet
right.
recovery.
And also, listening goes with,
Listening. No. Listen. Go with music.
but you have to put a preposition. Can I say listen songs? I like listen songs, or I like listen.
I like listen to song.
Yes,
I like
listening,
to
right?
listen to
So I like listening to songs. All right.
song.
So make sure that these small grammatic errors, that you don't make mistakes over there. And excellent about the RBI certificate. That's really nice. So fantastic on that, and good you're sharing it with this question itself. Okay. Now, next question being, what are your strengths?
Uh, yeah. My strengths are I'm very punctual on time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Whatever you gonna you gonna give me a work, so I'm definitely completed it that work on time.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, uh, and whatever you're gonna teach me in the in the training period, so my grasping power is also kind of good, so I can catch whatever you're gonna teach me so very well.
Okay. Very good. Excellent. Okay. So, I think you said, I am always punctual. Firstly, let's see why. Why do they have this question? All right. So the idea of this is to, firstly, to understand what the candidate himself considers a strength. Okay. What kind of strengths are to be shared? I think very relevantly you have shared the correct kinds. Okay. Because see, we can have several strengths. Okay. I can even consider maybe cooking a strength. All right. But we are not at the interview to offer our culinary expertise.
Yeah.
Right. We're there for a specific job. So the strengths that we share should be relevant to the job. Okay, which you have correctly pointed out. You have spoken about punctuality. You've spoken about a quick learner.
Yeah.
I'm a quick learner, which is very nice. And the idea that you can grasp, I like the verb there, very good, grasping things quickly. Okay, I'm good at grasping things. So that's also really nice. And one point, Akshay. So this has come up a couple of times when we were talking through our classes, but I want you to understand the difference now. When we say gonna, okay, it's absolutely correct English, but it is casual English.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so we stop here for today. All right, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye
Can I
bye.
YouTube? See you. Good
Bye.
evening.